Minister Nongthong Bombarine dedicates completed Nongpok Thong on eastern side of Kangla to public, says state will achieve new heights in development. Unknown miscreants explode powerful IED at residential gate of Deputy Register of NIT Lumphil. No casualties reported. Special Judge Pokso Infal East remands tuition teacher Thokchom Kennedy to 4 days police custody for kidnapping and committing sexual assault on her. Villagers call upon government to develop Mount Kisha as proper tourist spot of Manipur. Freedom fighter Rani Gaiding Liu once used Mount Kisha as her hiding place and headquarters. Panic grips residents as gas blowout occurs on digging earth for installation of hand pump in Imphal East. And Union Minister of State Home Affairs Nityanand Roy visits Moreh, inspects integrated checkposts, border pillars. Hello, you're watching IS Primetime English News. Before we begin, IS News would like to remind our viewers to practice physical distancing, hand hygiene, wear masks, protect yourself, and get vaccinated to ward off COVID-19. I'm JESSIA OINAM giving you the news in detail. In a historic moment, Chief Minister Nongthong Bombarine dedicated the completed Nongpok Thong on the eastern side of Kangla to the public today. Nongpok Thong is an important gateway according to Puya, old manuscript in Meitei script containing traditional lore. Speaking at the event, Chief Minister N. Bireen said that the opening of the bridge indicates a new achievement of the BJP-led government 2.0 in the state. He said that the Kangla Nongpok Thong is built similar to the one which was built by our ancestor. He asserted that the bridge has a strong cultural as well as spiritual significance and that with the opening of the gate, the state will achieve new heights in development. Chief Minister was hopeful that it will also restore order, peace, harmony, and prosperity in the state. Bireen maintained that the opening of the bridge will be remembered in the history of Manipur. Rajya Sabha MP Sanajau Semba, Mahut Minister Yumnam Khemchan, Textile Minister Nemcha Kipgen, and many officials took part in the event. Rituals and ceremonies were also performed by priests and priestesses. Members of Govindaji Temple Board, Uttara Shanglan, Kangla Board, Ukal, and Lainingthau Sanamahi Board also took part in the event. Mention may be made that the Chief Minister last evening visited the Nongpok Thong Bridge, which was recently inaugurated by Union Home Minister Amit Shah during his visit to the state on January 6.
Hingminari say that I amatoina, Nushana, some man of a Tagamada, Lemina Honasi, Madubi Demakta, a team, Honorable Minister, MLA, I'm committed to enough, sacrifice of winning, you, Ibalana, you report a quick loin at Tadoga, Layback, but they could Yamkana, Honaziba, the Honagi and a Kaliva, or the Honoriba, Marum Pangsing Atani, Honorable Amit Shajina, India, the leader, Adoka Pitribi winner, fast. Most popular Prime Minister, leader, Mana Sukumba Kasunata by Kogi, pick up Manipur, Nongpok Thong Hangmagi Maramda, Twitter Pagai, Magi Twitter, that Nongpok Thong Hangmagaloina, Manipur, peace, Amadi Santi, Lapo, or Sunu Guyana. 2020 visit round money, 22. Just a quick BJP Gitabok say, BJP Pangatanga, BJP Gitabok say, Yam Tubune, I don't know, party the now Nabo Jushimuchi, was a moon or Biren Karinagi Shogi. We didn't carry on to carry a car, one of B, one of the young Horan Pandu. Khanga ngang nungai dana khang du sung du ngang wan baju phati hai bini dai so khanga ngang na history ga nei na aga di aina ge masak an hum puthora di khum busum mo ngamon maram di pung kai ra thanam mani state amaga unahan ba yadana thanam mani state jati amaga kaya no khoi sida hana gri sibo kana de khoi aduna khoi di adom di khumugum si khoi gi sat ke development nu sina ba khoi masen amato ina hona base masida oina chala se aduga moiga khunna baduna khoi su moiga manaba angang ka thakra lo.
Later in the day, Chief Minister N. Biren chaired a meeting with the Committee for Land Scale Transaction. The meeting was held at the CM office. The Chief Minister and the committee deliberated on matters concerning the registration of transactions, sale, purchase, transferring of land and property, etc., with strict adherence to maintaining authenticity and transparency. Chief Minister N. Biren has been urging the people of the state not to sell land to illegal immigrants. He asserted that the protection of the indigenous people will be possible by stopping sale of land to outsiders. He also stressed the need to establish a land bank in the state in view of problems faced in finding land for taking up development projects. Biren also said that land registration could be done at the level of deputy commissioners and had also assured of taking up necessary steps to settle the purchase-sale issues at the district level as well. Unknown miscreants exploded a powerful improvised explosive device IED at Nagamapal in Imphal West District. According to sources, the explosion occurred at the residential gate of Deputy Register of NIT Lamphel, Laikangbam Dorendro, age 47 years, son of late Nabakumar of Nagamapal Kangjabi Lairag, Laikangbam Laikai, under Imphal Police Station in Imphal West. The explosion reportedly occurred around 11:48 last night. The blast rocked Imphal city. Upon hearing the incident, a team of police, bomb experts and forensic experts rushed to the spot and investigated the crime scene. Police said although no one was injured in the incident, a pit of around 1 foot diameter was created near the main entrance gate of the register's residence by the impact of the blast, apart from causing damages to the window panes and walls of the house. The footage of the CCTV installed at the gate shows 2 scooter-borne marksmen placing a black color polythene bag at the gate at around 11:45 p.m. and drove off. Imphal Police Station has registered a case and investigations are underway. Meanwhile, no individuals or outfits have claimed responsibility for the attack till the time of filing this report. Special Judge Pokso Imphal East today remanded tuition teacher Thokchom Kennedy to 4 days police custody for kidnapping, concealing, keeping a minor girl in confinement and committing sexual assault on her. The accused teacher was produced before the court today afternoon by a team of Women Police Station Thawal along with a prayer for a 4-day police custody remand for further investigation of the case. Investigating officer of the case submitted that a complaint was lodged by the family members that the minor girl had remained untraceable after she went away with her tuition teacher. The accused teacher was arrested and rescued the minor victim from Tejpur in Assam on January 7th, and the duo was brought back to Thobal yesterday. It was further submitted that the accused had admitted the charges leveled against him and highly required to be remanded into police custody to collect more evidences to substantiate the charges leveled against him. The court, on pursuit of the case record and after hearing the submission of the IO of the case, remanded the accused tuition teacher to 4 days police custody till January 13 for smooth investigation of the case. In a successful joint operation conducted by Manipur Police and their Assam counterparts, a 13-year-old minor girl from Manipur who had gone missing last year from her residence in Thawbal district was rescued on Sunday. The joint forces tracked down the girl and her private tutor, Thokchom Kennedy, in Tejpur, Central Assam. Kennedy, a father of 2 children from Khangabok, Lamdaibung in Thawbal district, was taken to Thawbal police station along with the girl. On Monday, the girl was handed over to her family members while Kennedy was presented before a local court and remanded to police custody. The incident occurred on December 15, 2022, when the Class 8 student of Khangabok Higher Secondary School was allegedly lured and kidnapped by Kennedy from her residence at Hayelabuk village in Thawbal district. A complaint was filed at Thawbal Women's Police Station the following day, prompting the formation of a Joint Action Committee (JESSIA), which set a deadline of January 2, 2023, and threatened to launch intense agitations across the state if the girl was not rescued. Villagers call upon the Manipur government to develop Mount Kisha as a proper tourist spot of the state. Mount Kisha is located at Magulong village under Tausem subdivision of Tamenglong district. Speaking to our correspondent, Magulong Village Authority member Hailu Diswang said it is very difficult for visitors and village volunteers to climb up the hill to see Mount Kisha and requested the concerned authority to make a footpath leading to Mount Kisha. He noted that freedom fighter Rani Gaiding Liu once used Mount Kisha, the rock cave, as her hiding place and had quartered in 1932 and 1962 during British colonial rule. At the entrance, there is still testimony of the stone bunker wherein her forces guarded her camp against any intrusion into the den. It may be noted that the village authority has banned zooming in the vicinity of the village and also banned hunting and felling of trees.
Hoji ekhoina uribisi Mount Kisha haina kawe adu ekhoi lonna Kisha kau haina kawe adu Magulongji lamni sida si Tamenglong district Tausem subdivision le asi ekhoina kuina ipai ipusingna ekhoigi lamgi damakta pairami adu hojik phoba hojikti asi naming phoba khra di haure adugi tungina tourist ki misingsu marak ta dum toina lage adu asi kep ahanba kep ni siguma kep asi number su ekhoi student union ga youth na number su thabiduna le asi chapse khundegi khongna chapse 2 hours kuma chale adu angam bangak ta kabnina ekhoi khunni singna pambasi tourist ki damakta tourist jam missing ki damakta khra chapanongai ningai footpath kumadi yare gadi government da ekhoi apply to sira haina warapti lawrebni adu ware su success hoji phobdi tawdri adum wana kaduna le ekhoi adu matam nungju thaware su kalan thaware su niam hoji kandi toina lakpa hawrebni na lakpa missing nungai janingai duga khoibu loina ba missing puraga chapa missing khra nungai ningai lambi si khra sembi ba pam ba pame haina khoi khuna leptuna warap amadi law tuna le edu success to ning ram to sira haina khanduna leini.
Our residents of Khetriawang Laikai in Imphal West were panicked as gas blowout occurred on digging earth for installation of a hand pump at KIYC ground near Masjid Khetriawang Laikai yesterday. The blowout increased in the late evening, causing panic to the residents, according to a report. They have urged the concerned authority to look into the situation. Union Minister of State Home Affairs Nityanand Rai visited Moreh and inspected integrated checkposts and various border pillars which Moreh shares with Myanmar. He, along with IG Assam Rifles, Ranjan Sherawat and Brigadier 26 Sector Assam Rifles, Vedval Yadav, visited Indo-Myanmar border town Moreh. The minister also visited headquarters of 5 Assam Rifles, integrated checkpost Moreh, Tamil Temple and border pillar 78. During the visit to Sri Angala Parmeshwari Sri Muneshwarar Temple, also known as Tamil Temple, V. Shekhar President of Tamil Sangam More organized a grand reception for the minister. All Manipur Working Journalists Union Amju condoled the untimely demise of veteran journalist Potsangam Radhesham, popularly known as PR Sham, who passed away yesterday. He was 79. He breathed his last following a personal illness at RIMS Hospital. A condolence ceremony was held at Manipur Press Club at Mezorkul today, wherein tributes were paid to the late journalist. A team of Amju also visited PR Sham's residence at Uripok Takhelambam Laikai in Imphal West to share the grief of the bereaved family members. PR Sham played immense role in the establishment of Amju and also served as the first General Secretary of the Union from 1974 to 1975. He was working for Kolau and also Simanta Patrika. Manipuri Students Federation MSF condoled the untimely demise of Padma Shri Warepanaba, who passed away on January 8. The Federation also prayed for his soul to rest peacefully in heavenly abode. Kuki Film Development Association, Kufida, has deeply condoled the sudden demise of actor Mangboy Khongsai. In a release, the association said it is saddened to learn that actor Mangboy Khongsai passed away today after battling cancer. He was an active member of Kufida under Dwar's Film Company. Kufa also shared the grief of the bereaved family. May his soul rest in peace, it said. Forward to Help Group, comprising of 460 members, continued to render services to humanity. The group extended help to 3 widows from Kangpokpi, Kamjong and Ukhrul districts. Forward to Help Group, or in short known as F2H, mainly focuses on easing out poverty and hunger for the needy by contributing 200 rupees every month. F2H gave away 20,000 rupees each to 3 persons, namely Nu Dimnaiching Kilong of Duangshom village, Kangpokpi district, P. Tinkonem Haukip of Thawaikuki village, Kamjong district, and P. Vajaneng Haukip of Shankai village, Ukhrul district. F2H has so far helped out 34 persons. Heaps of garbages are being dumped on the road sides from Old Chekon to New Chekon Road, falling under Wangkai constituency in Imphal. Once known as Tribal Colony, development works are being taken up in the area by the government. People are sickened to pass through this area as it has become dingy, sending out foul smell. The authorities concerned have been called for looking into the matter at the soonest possible time. A state-level breast cancer awareness program was held today at Classic Grande in Imphal under the aegis of Head of Health Services Director K.H. Sachikumar. A rally was held before the start of the program. It was flagged off by Health Services Director K.H. Sachikumar. Health and Family Welfare Minister Dr. Sapam Ranjan was the chief guest of the program, which deliberated on how to tackle and prevent breast cancer. As a part of the event, certificates of appreciation were awarded to diligent doctors.
Health department at the district level, please pull up your socks. It's high time we deliver more than how much we are delivering now. And I would like to request all the doctors, the staffs, the nurses, and all those involved in the healthcare provision of our state. You know, we all work together in coordination. We have a director who is always approachable. We have an SMD who is approachable. I am always approachable. Your SES is approachable. And whatever we can. It is our responsibility. It's God's will that we have been brought into this field of healthcare with these few words.
Manipur in the past 24 hours registered 0 coronavirus cases. Altogether, 87 samples were tested in the past 24 hours which were confirmed negative. The active tally stands at 0 as 1 was recovered in the past 24 hours. The state's caseload stands at 1,39,922. There were no fatalities due to COVID-19 in the same hours as per the latest updates from the state COVID-19 Command Control Room. The recovery rate stands at 98.46%, while the death toll remains at 2,149. Fears over the impact of the new Omicron subvariant BF7 variant have risen in the country after several cases were detected in various countries. In view of the threat posed by the Omicron COVID-19 variant, the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare has advised people to wear a proper mask, maintain social distancing at public places, and take both doses of COVID vaccines to ward off the virus. Meanwhile, COVID-19 cases in India are increasing with a slight margin. India reported 121 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours. The new infections took the country's total caseload to over 4.46 crore, while active coronavirus caseload has dropped to 2,319, which accounts for 0.01% of the total cases. As per the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, the death toll stands at 5,30,722, with just one new death reported in the last 24 hours. Meanwhile, the number of people who have recuperated from the disease has gone up to 4,41,47,174, with 172 recoveries in the past 24 hours. The country's recovery rate stands at 98.81%. Over 220.14 crore vaccine doses have been administered so far under the nationwide vaccination drive. Top 3 states contributing maximum number of COVID-19 cases to India's tally are Maharashtra, Kerala and Karnataka. Meanwhile, in the northeast India, Assam has the highest number of active cases, followed by Mizoram and Meghalaya. COVID-19 has infected over 66 crore 91 lakh, while more than 67 lakh 16,000 have succumbed to the dreaded coronavirus, and recoveries are above 64 crore 4 lakh. Globally, USA has the highest COVID-19 cases, followed by India and France. Now it's time for a short commercial break. We will be back with latest news and updates. Keep watching IS News.
Ana Layengi office ki thabak amadi koi bachat pada India ki konung New Delhi da laifam laitaba ki awaba koklagani. Delhi airport kayam nakna na lairiba Mahipalpur da Manipur miyam ki damakta laizare Hotel Ambrosia. Laifam ki oina lupa lising amadagi hauraga pung kunmari pickup amadi drop ki taxi service laigani. Restaurant service ka loinana tongan ba khudong chaba kaya phangbigani. Vishal Mega Mart, Ambience Mall, DLF Mall, amadi irap laptana nungai rapa mafam kaya yaubada khudong charaba mafam amani. Ngasi ba contact taubirau Hotel Ambrosia, A217, Road number 6, Mahipalpur. Phone number 9643504772.
Welcome back. You're watching IS Primetime English News. Authorities in a North Indian town are demolishing buildings that had begun to crack due to shifting soil, forcing evacuation of hundreds of people to safety. Reports said the demolition drive in Uttarakhand state's Josimat began today, with authorities dividing the town of 25,000 residents into danger, buffer and completely safe zones. Authorities say that a total of 678 buildings in the town have developed cracks. Meanwhile, Uttarakhand Chief Minister Pushkar Singh Dhami said Prime Minister Narendra Modi has assured the state of all the possible help in the wake of the land subsidence in Josimat. He said that the Prime Minister was seized of the situation in Josimat and taking regular updates. Dhami said after 9 wards or municipal areas of the Josimat were declared as the sinking zone, he had called for a collective effort at this hour of crisis. Josimat, about 490 kilometers northeast of the federal capital, New Delhi, is a gateway to Hindu and Sikh shrines and is popular with tourists looking to trek parts of the Himalayas. It is also close to India's border with China. Experts and residents have long warned that large-scale construction work in and around Josimat, including for power projects built by companies like the state-run National Thermal Power Corporation (NTPC), could lead to land subsidence. The Unique Identification Authority of India (UIDAI) has issued a set of guidelines to offline verification seeking entities, OVSEs, highlighting several hygiene issues, better safety mechanism at users level, and ways to further enhance residents' trust while using Aadhaar voluntarily for lawful purposes. Entities have been informed to perform verification of Aadhaar after explicit consent of the Aadhaar number holder. It also urges to maintain the log record of the explicit consent received from residents for any future audit by UIDAI or any other legal agency thereof. Entities have also been urged to ensure that no services are denied to any resident for refusing to or being unable to undergo offline verification of Aadhaar, provided the resident is able to identify himself/herself through other viable alternatives. UIDAI has also asked OVSEs to verify Aadhaar via the QR code present on all 4 forms of Aadhaar, Aadhaar letter, e-Aadhaar, m-Aadhaar, and Aadhaar PVC card instead of accepting Aadhaar in physical or electronic form as a proof of identity. It warned that tampering of Aadhaar documents can be detected by offline verification, and tampering is a punishable offence and liable for penalties under Section 35 of the Aadhaar Act. Beijing retaliated against South Korea's COVID-19 curbs on travelers from China, while state media further downplayed the severity of the outbreak in the last major economy to reopen its borders after 3 years of isolation. China ditched mandatory quarantines for arrival and allowed travel to resume across its border with Hong Kong on Sunday, removing the last major restrictions under the zero-COVID regime, which is abruptly began dismantling in early December after historic protests against the curbs. But the virus is spreading unchecked among its 1.4 billion people, and worries over the scale and impact of its outbreak have prompted South Korea, the United States, and other countries to require negative COVID tests from travelers from China. Although China imposes similar testing requirements for all arrivals, Foreign Ministry spokesperson Wang Wenbin said that the entry curbs for Chinese travelers were discriminatory. The Chinese embassy in South Korea has also suspended issuing short-term visas for South Korean visitors, the first retaliatory move against nations imposing COVID-19 curbs on travelers from China. Now we have the sports news. A pair of second-half goals from Edie saw Arsenal pass a stubborn Oxford United side by a final score of 3-0 in the FA Cup third round. Mohamed broke the deadlock after half-time with a smashing header before Edie scored twice to help Michael's side advance past their League One opposition to set up a juicy fourth-round tie with Manchester City. Arsenal have now won their last 14 FA Cup ties against sides from outside the top 2 divisions of English football. A much tougher test awaits in the next round, when the Premier League's top 2 will go head-to-head at the Etihad on the last weekend of January. Before we end, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Chief Minister Nongthong Mambirin dedicates complete Nongpok Thong on eastern side of Kangla to public, says state will achieve new heights in development. Unknown miscreants explode powerful IED at residential gate of Deputy Register of NIT Lumpville. No casualties reported. Special Judge Bokso Imphal East remands tuition teacher Thokchom Kennedy to 4 days police custody for kidnapping and committing sexual assault on a minor. Villagers call upon government to develop Mount Kisha as proper tourist spot of Manipur. Freedom fighter Rani Gaidinglu once used Mount Kisha as her hiding place and headquarters. Panic grips residents as gas blowout occurred on digging earth for installation of hand pump in Imphal East. And Union Minister of State Home Affairs Nityanand Rai visits Mori, inspects integrated checkposts, border pillars. That's all we have in this bulletin. Coming up next, we have IS Primetime Manipuri News at 9 p.m. Till then, good night.